What's going on, everyone? Snakebite here. Today we're going to be doing a much requested video. It is going to be my own film review. Didn't want to overcomplicate it too much. I'm taking my own Scrim gameplay. I believe it's an Aquarius Slayer gameplay, and we're just going to talk through it, walk you through what I'm doing, what I'm thinking. Obviously it's a Scrim gameplay, so it should be pretty... some comms in it. It should be a little bit detailed, I should say, but I'm really looking forward to it. If you enjoy the video, please leave a like. Let me know if you want to keep seeing this. I could cut it for matchmaking, maybe make it a little bit more enjoyable or less intense, but nonetheless, I hope you enjoy. Let me know if you please do. Thank you very much for watching, as always, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. All right, so we are going to be playing some Aquarius Slayer. This is an Aquarius Slayer game versus G1. I did not perform, I don't think, absolutely amazing in this game by any means, but I didn't want to take a game that I was just dominating. I think it's kind of like cliche-ish to do, a little lame to do. So I took a game that I played pretty well. I played pretty standard by my book. But I like the map control I had at the end, and that'll be something that I think is going to be able to help people a lot. So let's start this out.
Maybe not.
Top P, switch.
One is top P.
I'm pushing him.
I have ammo.
P1. Our front piece. Holy shit, they're just...
Tony, where is he?
Get out. Yell P. I have no idea.
One AP.
So in this scenario here, I actually mess up quite a bit. I get trapped P1. Honestly, don't really have a starting strat. I just run up top pink with thrust. I want to help us get camo. By the way, this is going to happen a lot in the reviews. I'm just going to rewind back and forth and talk and keep going forward. So hopefully it's pretty easy to follow. Yeah, pretty bad death by me here. If I had to critique myself, I would definitely say I wish I just kind of like backed up to the closet. But someone said P1, so I'm looking for him. P1, or I think it was TJ said P1. I'm looking for him, and then I think he must have been hiding in this corner here, maybe, based on how quick the guy kind of poked out. But yeah, like obviously I have thrust. Like when I have thrust, I'm like looking to take the fight, right? So that's why I dropped P1. I don't want to give up this heat wave super easily. Ideally, I should have just backed up blue closet though, especially since there are two people there.
He's in the corner, Brad, right? Yeah, nice job. The other one is heat wave, Brad. Yeah, help Brad.
I'm gonna play so fast.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm literally not moving. We had 0 dust.
Roll two almost always does that, so you can't critique, can't be too mad about him saying that. In this Scrim in particular, we were just playing really sloppy and giving up a lot of easy deaths and all that stuff. So Matt by this game was like, I'm just gonna stop dying, and hopefully that's gonna help us. So
Go pink. Yeah, Matt, you need to be our anchor.
I got blue. I know.
So you hear us talking about anchoring. Mainly the reason why we say that is just to control spawns on Aquarius Slayer. So if you're playing with your own team, or maybe if you're playing matchmaking, it's something you can kind of relate to, something you can do yourself. Just anchoring spawns and making sure you know where they're going to spawn. You know, if I'm like, I'm anchoring blue, that means that they can only be in front of you. They will not be behind you at all. They can only be on the yellow pink side, yellow 2, yellow engine. Now, how far pushed up they are is going to depend on where my teammates are on the map. But, you know, it's really good and basic to know just how they are never going to be behind you in those scenarios.
One at yellow glass and they're pushing you.
Little bit of an unfortunate play here. I mean, this is a pretty routine play, and I just eat 2 heat-seeking grenades. I mean, if we go look at this, if I could rest the game for 1 second. Like, look at how much damage that nade just did to me. And then this nade. It happens. Listen, it happens. Not every push is gonna go great.
Nice kill.
I'm a big believer in just trying to play the most proper game that you can and have a really good game plan. And if you have a good game plan, I think that overall your game plan will come out with a victory. Unfortunate stuff is going to happen. You know, that's a really routine play that I would always make. Like 10 out of 10 times I will go P1 and try to go closet, and I will take that fight. You know, not necessarily I'll always go P1, but 10 out of 10 times, like, if I see that guy's half health in front of me, I will always push that kill. But obviously it turns unfortunate, but it's okay. Just got to keep pushing.
I'm here. Pushing you.
I got one. Another one. Nice shot, man.
Top car.
Just trying to stabilize the game a little bit. You can see G1's putting up a great fight. Put up a great fight this whole Scrim. They're playing fantastic. I like to push out pink side a lot. I used to go engine. I like to go pink and front base a lot, so that's kind of the focus you'll see more so from me. Like right here, just holding down closet. I know they're spawning yellow. I want to try to make them push me here.
They're weak in here. They're weak in here.
I think we mess up this push slightly, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah, we're all P. We're all P. We can fight this. Okay.
We either mess up this push or it works out perfectly. Yeah, I think we mess up this push. We mess up this push because we're just not able to be aggressive at all, and that's what I would say is part of what happened in this scrim. But ideally, like when I get to this position here, and this is a spot I really like being at, I get a really easy kill on this. Like I should even probably start to move forward here rather than stay in the closet, but you know, just for the own sake of my own review, and if you want to do this yourself, if you see 2 dead, you could always start to apply the pressure. I thought we would be pushing in a lot quicker, but I think Matt was obviously, and this is where online play can get a little bit difficult to be fantastic at, because I think Matt was anchoring blue base and he hadn't pushed up to yellow, which is why I was making this play. But at an event, I'm able to see Matt and TJ's screen to know where TJ is kind of coming from, what Matt is looking at, and I can make my play. Because I could have very easily walked up front engine here, gone up the steps and made a really good push in the yellow. But my concern is now, especially in team slayers, I'm just trying to die a lot less or give up really easy deaths. I shouldn't say die less. I'm trying to give up my easy deaths. And obviously you'll kind of see that throughout this of like, I just kind of rotate through. I stand still a lot now in Slayer. A little bit new play style-ish for me. Big mistake I make here, and I'd say this is probably something everyone can relate to, is like I just poke out when I shouldn't. And again, this is a little bit of, I can't wait for the LAN event coming up because I'll be able to see TJ's screen, because TJ's actually watching this, which means I can glance over at his screen and see where they are in relation to me compared to online. You know, you're just kind of blind. You don't know. I still don't think I should poke out almost no matter what. Like, even though I don't know, I just thought the guy would be a lot closer, you know, but it is what it is. Couple failed pushes so far. Like I said though, like I like the game plan that we have, and a little bit of a spoiler, you'll see that it actually ends up working out and helping us. You know, the game plan stays true, and it works out really well for us.
See that camera guy on me? He's blue P1. Blue P1.
What is up, P? What is up, P, Red?
I'm looking.
Top
Right
shot.
here,
I'm here.
Another guy, one shot blue glass. You're right.
Closet weak.
I think I have a really bad death here if I'm not mistaken.
I got nades on closet for you.
Look from car.
Dude, 2P. 2P.
Nades top P. 3.
Yeah, so this play is a little bit unfortunate. I realistically or ideally wouldn't die in this spot. I'm just trying to play off Matt here, and you know, Matt has Heatwave top P. I'm like, okay, no matter what, like he's gonna get a beat down or he's gonna do some damage, and I'll get his trade. And I have thrust, I have a getaway. You know, like I could do a lot of stuff here in this situation, but instead it turned into they actually double pushed him out, and he really didn't get that much damage down. And the damage he did do is on this guy back here, and then obviously Camo guy is going to poke out as well, and it just leads to obviously kind of a bad play by me. I even got assassinated here, so all 4 players were literally looking at me on the map. Don't be afraid to make plays like these though. Like, you know, obviously they're not ideal in terms of I didn't get any kills, but you just got to be aware and play off of people. Like even though this is somewhat of a bad death by me, like I just realistically like this play because I just like playing off of the Heatwave guy. I think a better play would have been if I went actually up to top pink with Matt, and I think I probably could have got a double kill if I did that. But again, like, you know, online play, you're just a little like it's difficult to say because I don't ever want to like blame online for like making bad plays, but it is something that I actually suffer from a lot because I just don't know what someone's doing. Like right here, I have kind of an idea from TJ's point of view where Squally is, right? Because like when I'm on respawn here, like I'm just glancing over at my teammates' screens at a LAN event, right? And like this whole time, I'm just looking at TJ's screen, trying to see where this guy's going. And then right here, when I'm in this situation, I'd be looking over towards Matt's screen and trying to see, okay, what's Matt doing online? And that's where it's like, it's difficult because your teammates can't say what they're looking at or what they're doing 24/7. And that's why I love LAN and love events and the event atmospheres, because you can kind of figure it out yourself without having to overly communicate. So I still make a good play. I still make a good play trying to go over here, but I think a better play would have been me going back top P and just helping. Especially, I didn't know Matt had heat wave either. It completely went over my head. So I thought Matt was just gonna get a beat down. Then he has heat wave. If I know he has heat wave, I'd probably rotate over to top pink.
Go on. No, the yellow engine by himself.
Come P with me.
He's going top yellow.
Yeah, I'm here. He's on the bridge. I'm here.
I'm just gonna set closet, TJ. TJ, go like top P and
Yeah,
get
yeah,
go
yeah,
top P.
yeah.
Yeah, carry. Yeah, you're good.
Top, top,
Blue, right,
blue, top blue, top blue. One front blue, Scully. One front blue, one front blue. Blue glass, one hit. Blue P glass, one hit.
Got him.
One yellow, one yellow.
Big blue P.
Oh, you're gonna just
Gonna be
shoot.
blue-
This is another example of like failed pushes or failed game plans. You know, I have yellow closet. There's a guy over at yellow. Like they're kind of trapped in, and then we go 2 dead. And it kind of sums up like about how sloppy we were playing. I believe this is from last night. Kind of goes into how sloppy we were playing. Just giving up really easy kills, really easy deaths. Obviously, I don't know what's going on over there, so I wouldn't say it's like unbelievably easy. They could have just got 3-man pushed, or I guess really 2-man pushed. But yeah, you can kind of see our game plan, or like my game plan. Like I really like sitting pink closets. I like fighting the guys that try to come out pink, and I love pushing into bases. Obviously, so far this game, we just haven't been able to really like capitalize on that.
I killed heat wave.
Tony's here as well.
I'm trying to get out.
Absolutely red bar the heat wave guy. Got to take it.
P1
Behind you,
coming.
blue P1.
Blue thrust is up. There's like 2 P1, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Tony was a
I'm
guy.
gonna
as
go blue.
well. Yeah. You on pink?
Hey, Mac, he's card jump up. Card jump up yellow too.
I'm
Top P. Top P.
2-1 weak, Tony.
Weak. Devin.
1.
I can't see Tony.
There's one Tony on our hump. On our hump,
I'll
guys.
push him. I'll push him.
Guys, our engine killed me.
Solar hump. Base. One shot blue stream
There's 2 there. There's 2 there. Another one.
This play ends up really fortunate for us, at least to begin with, but I would just say this is where how lazy we're being. Like, this is more like us just not communicating properly, us not doing things properly. I'm just standing still way too long, critiquing my own gameplay. Like, I'm just sitting here doing nothing. I'm worrying about Matt too much. I'm looking over Matt because I thought Matt was going to get pushed. Matt starts going to chop at top pink. He's going to be like, oh, I'm going to die.
Weak, Tony.
I go look window. Like, as soon as Matt's out there, I should just be leaving. But I make the mistake. I stand still. Tony goes front, so I want to just stare at this, right? Because I want the kill. But ideally, or in my head, what I should have known was going to happen is because he's kind of making this play, they're probably trying to be aggressive somewhere on the map, right? Like, he came out of that a little bit aggressive, which means they're being aggressive somewhere else, and then it leads to me, you know, just getting shocked heat waved and dead.
Okay, up far, right. He's nading me.
Tony does.
Okay, I'm trying to get it.
We slide forward or no, guys? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm getting it.
They're all over blue too. All over blue too.
I can go.
Hey, I grab it. There
Sure.
we go.
Okay, we got camo now. Got a fortunate nade on Devin.
I'm gonna try.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
coming back out top. Top on the nades.
It's one yellow. Yeah, I can go.
I got one. Top.
Just have to dig deep for every 1v1 in the scrim. You can see 60 ping, 55 ping, not exactly your ideal. You're gonna 4 everyone. That's okay though. So this is where I want to see some really good pinches in. I don't even know what's gonna happen. I want to say I get that kill. Yep. This is where now that it gets a little mixy, right? And this is where if you have a good plan and you have a good strategy, good things are going to happen. And I think that going forward from this game, this is what you're going to see out of us, right? Is you're going to see us start to really get a good amount of map control. And look at where I'm at, right? Like in closet, again, not every game goes this smooth where like I just get to be in my ideal spot. Sometimes I have to go car and I have to go front base. Lately on Aquarius Slayer, this has kind of been what I'm doing. It's like I'm just kind of anchoring positions more. Again, mainly to try to keep my deaths down, because in Slayer, I'd say that's my biggest weakness is I move too much. So I'm trying for my own gameplay. Maybe you guys can relate to this. Like I move way too much, especially in Slayers. So I'm trying to take more the position of learning how to not stand still, because as you can see, this isn't really standstill gameplay, but learn how to take a little breath, get a moment, and then go forward again, or make a play, or let my teammates make the play rather than try to make it myself.
Nice. Pushing me.
Yeah, blue P on you, PJ already.
I got up yellow, can we push blue? I got a kill.
Another one.
Blue engine.
I'll get him. Nice.
I'm gonna anchor blue. I'm gonna
Yeah,
anchor
yeah,
blue.
I'm
gonna anchor
toppy.
blue.
I'm gonna go
I'm
toppy.
going right to yellow.
There you go.
I'm
Sean.
gonna wait. I'm gonna wait, but
They're down here. Squall done.
Yellow fly weak. Switch.
I got one
Yeah,
hit.
yeah, push yellow, push yellow.
See, and that's a really good example of what we've been trying to do all game, right? Like, we've been trying to get these kind of collapses in. I make a little bit of a heads-up play, kind of hide from Tony. He doesn't know I'm still in closet. I'm able to kill a guy with thrust. Now that we kill this guys over at blue, boom, all 4 dead. We know that they're going to spawn over at yellow. And again, this is now, okay, like, what do we do in this situation? We know they're at yellow. How are we going to do this? What are we going to do to kill them and to kind of start to run away with this game? We have a 5-kill lead now. You just got 4 dead. We have not yet had a situation where we've been able to get 4 dead and kind of continue to capitalize on it. So what we end up doing is similar to what we've been doing, where I go top P already because I'm just trying to hold the map. And I believe this is going to be Lethal, who kind of makes the same exact play that I made earlier in the game, where, or no, sorry, it's Frosty, where he goes P1. Now, the difference is Squall challenged a little bit harder than Swish did earlier, and then you're going to see Devin cut around this corner, and Brad also has a heat wave. So you can kind of see, like what I was mentioning earlier in the game, where it's a lot of the same situations. And I think what happens in a lot of people's gameplay, and hopefully this is something that can actually benefit you, is I think what happens in a lot of people's gameplays, I think that things don't necessarily go right, and you get very discouraged by that. You get very like, oh no, that didn't work, let me do something different. Where on this game in particular, I think Aquarius Slayer is one of my better game types in general. Aquarius in general is one of my better maps, and you'll kind of see, like, even though it's not necessarily working out 100% for me, I'm still keeping somewhat of the same style. Like, I didn't all of a sudden start sprinting over to the engine side. Now, there will be games, I can't say this enough, there will be games where that is what I have to do. Like, that is what's going to get us the win. I need to pick up that side of the map. Or there'll be a game where, like, I just sit and flag and kind of play the roll 2 role, right? Like, I just sit flag and don't move, and that's kind of that. Whereas now, in this game, you'll see, like, I'm making a lot of the same plays. And look at how now, you know, at the 20 kill mark, they didn't work. At the 40 kill mark, all of a sudden, we're just kind of rolling with it, right?
Yeah, Scully's gonna die. He's gonna die.
Blue engine.
Bad challenge by me there. Really bad challenge by me.
No idea. One blue closet, Brad, on you. Brad, one on your left.
Switch got me.
Brad, I saw P1.
Speeder.
Just absolutely nuke Frosty here.
I just naded you as well, so.
Blue engine, top blue engine. Top car, man.
I make a really bad play here. I've been working on my heat wave play a lot, if I'm not mistaken. I get confused on if I'm vertical or horizontal because I am working on switching it so much. Always shoot your first shot vertical, unless you... to be honest, I could have gone horizontal if that nade didn't hit me, but the nade absolutely smoked me. Bad play by me, though.
That's a thrust down there? Okay. Top E.
Little movement out of Frosty. Nice nade by TJ. We're going to kill this camo guy.
Yep.
Top
Nice. Camo's down for the base. Nice shot, dude.
Top car, man. Top car and top E. Top car.
Not going to lie, I thought that was the last kill of the game. And that is GG. As you can see, only a +1, right? Like, nothing too crazy. I didn't go berserk this game by any means. I don't think I had one game really throughout the whole scrim that I went berserk. I mean, 60 ping. It's 60 ping. It's just going to be difficult. But I just thought this would be a good game to show because you can kind of see how my game plan really never shifted. I was taking what was in front of me. My game plan never really shifted. We made slightly bad pushes when I was in really good positions, or I made a couple of bad pushes when we were in good positions, you know, vice versa. But I just want to, I thought this was an important gameplay to show because you can kind of see how my overall idea of what I wanted to do never really went away just because it wasn't working. And I think that's something that a lot of people can probably, struggle with, where you're changing up your gameplay so much because you're trying to figure out what's working. For me, I know what works on Aquarius Slayer for me. I will do this play a lot, like this style a lot, but again, there will be times where I'm just sprinting from base over and over again. Depends how fast we're being, depends on the gameplay. G1 plays really fast, and when a team plays really fast, I like to try to counter that with trying to slow down my deaths, because when I try to match aggression with aggression, it usually leads to me like taking 1v2s and situations like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little review. Probably not my best review. I can go into a lot more detail on why I'm looking where and all that, but overall, I think Aquarius Slayer is pretty self-explanatory. Like, if I'm in Yellow Closet, I know they're yellow base. Like, it's just pretty simple as to why I'm looking like front yellow, compared to a map like Bazaar or Live Fire, where there's a lot more cutting angles and cutting maps. So I wanted this to be a really basic review. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Let me know that you did so that I can continue them. But much love, and I'll see you guys in the next one.